Alright, we're back. Lots more cleaning. Okay, ready to put the pump together now. I cleaned everything all up. Okay, I gotta work on this snap ring. Yep, same problem as the last one. Really loose on the shaft. So I gotta try to fix this problem. First thing we do is take the damn thing off. Okay, it's off now. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna squeeze this damn thing tight. I'm gonna take our pliers. Gonna squish the piss out of that thing. There we go. That'll keep it from moving. I'm gonna do it from this side too. Go ahead and hit it from the center. Squeeze from all three directions. There we go. I overdid it right there. That might break there, but we'll see. Now we got to try to put the thing back on now. That's the problem when you over squeeze them. They're not that easy to put back on. Definitely not going to be easy. To go around backwards. I think I might overdid this one. Yep. Pretty sure. I had it on there for a minute. Damn it. It was on there. Just wasn't on there all the way. Damn. Hard on my finger. It's getting there. Alright, it ain't moving now. It is officially on there tighter than hell. Rotate that around. Put the groove away from where the key is. Okay, it ain't moving. It's on there now. Jeez, not moving. Perfect. All the way on there. Good deal. I can put the pump together. Clean off the surfaces and something clean. Cleanest thing in the shop. Except for the toilet. It's cleaner. Alright. Clean. Gaskets. Climatic, I can tell by how screwed up they are. See how big the holes are? You're not supposed to have 3/8 holes for 1/4 inch bolts. That's a little bit too much clearance there. Climatic crap. Be lucky if it doesn't leak. Alright. Can I spot a climatic gasket 100 yards away? That's not a good thing. Okay. Ew, what a mess. Okay, nip up to the surface. Try to stay off where the gears are at. Definitely go up around the top there. This one I don't do because I got to hold on to it. Gaskets right here. The gasket board's peeling. After all these years. Starting to buckle up in the middle. Okay, hang that off the side of the crank over there so it doesn't touch anything that matters. Do this one. Okay. Okay, once that air hardens a little bit, that's enough. You can stick it on the pump, on the case. If it's tacky, it'll stick, but it's not that tacky yet. Those holes are definitely huge. Okay, now let's put the pump together. So take a little assembly oil, put it into the keyways here. It'll help hold the keys in there a little bit. Find a key. And find the gear that has the keyway in it. Now there's a dot on one side, not the other. They don't tell you what the dot's for, so we'll put the dot up so we can see it because it looks important. Okay, now you gotta put the key in there. Like that. Try not to lose it. Dab of oil over here again. And when I shove it in the pump, it'll be lubricated. Put a little bit of oil on the seal here. Pre-lube it. Now they put the sealant upside down, which is the correct way, so pressure seals it. Because this is the pressure side, this is the return side. This has very low pressure, it's high pressure. Harley likes to put them in backwards again. Don't know why. I think the only reason they do stuff back is because they don't know any better. They're too stupid. It's a lot easier to put the seal in backwards than the correct way. Okay, that goes in there like that. Now you got the keyway right there, you can get to it. Take a pair of pliers to hold the key. Go ahead and put that into the oil channel right there. Take a non-magnetic screwdriver. Hold the key down. Dab oil on it. Like that. I think I'm a little bit too low. Too high, too low. Never can tell where I'm at. Find the big gear with the keyway in it. Put the dot out again, what the hell. Okay, now for the fun part, you gotta drop it on there. You gotta line the key up with the keyway. hold the key in, you use a screwdriver on the top. When you do it right, it goes in. When you do it wrong, it folds up and doesn't go in. Just like that, didn't do it that time. And the key has disappeared, so that means it's laying in the pump somewhere. It's right down there. When it falls out, you got to do it all over again. Till you do it right. When you get it right, it pops right on. If it doesn't pop on, it ain't right. Okay, put some oil on the idler there. Oop, up there, kind of almost can't see what I'm doing. You take the other gear, find the dot, put it up. What the hell? Put that in there. Do the same thing on the pressure side. Like that. Put your finger there to hold the gear in. Where's that dot again? There's another dot. Like that. Okay, then you rotate it, make sure it works good. It's on there. Good deal. Okay, rotate this until it's up so we can assemble it into the case easier. Okay. This here. This is now tacked off, so you can go ahead and put this onto the pump. Wind up where it belongs. Put the pump like that so you can work it better. Okay, now you have to put this gear on as the pump goes in. This appears to have good teeth on it, so we'll use it. The sharpest edge you want toward the snap ring. They chamfered both sides, so they're not much different. It was on this side before, let's put it on this side. We'll get a new wear surface on. Okay. Lube up the shaft. Gaskets are already on the case, don't have to worry about that. Just gotta shove it in the hole. Weird. Clean the goo off the fitting over here. Somehow it's all over the whole thing. Should have done that earlier when I didn't notice it. Alright, close enough. Alright, take the pump, rotate it. Okay, the too small, too short Allens go in first. They center up the pump on the top. But you have to put the gear inside here before you do that. See, the bolts are short. The shaft's already coming through. The keyway's on the top, right there. Drop that into the hole. Don't rotate in the hole though. Try to keep the keyway straight up and down where it belongs, like that. Shove the pump into that, and then that will line up here. Do not tighten this up yet, just get it so it goes in the gear. And you got to try to shove the key into the end of the shaft, which is going to be fun. So, see how that flies. Okay, so take my finger, hold that, bring that in. Get the pump up to where it goes. Get those two bolts started. Okay. So now I got a little bit of an air gap over here. As soon as that touches the gasket, it's going to, well, I didn't goop up the pump, but it's going to be a little tacky. So we have to get the keyway to line up here. So right now the two keyways are lined up. Don't know if you can see it in there, probably not. See how you rotate the keys, or the groove in there lines up. So I got to try to put the key into the keyway, through the gear and the shaft at the same time. Fun, fun, fun. There should be a new key right here in the bag, which there is, and a snap ring. Snap ring will be another problem. Okay, so here's our key. So I'm going to try to get that to go in there. Of course, I'm working on a dark hole, which makes it really interesting to do. And I'm already at an angle I can't get to, so I need to rotate the shaft to the direction I can get into it. That should be about the right amount. About the 1 o'clock position. Of course, it's a dark hole, can't see anything. Just try to shove it in the hole. I did not check to see if it lined up first, so it is definitely dark in there. Light does help. I'm at the wrong angle, so I need to rotate the pump further. Okay, that's a big rolling toward me. Now we're at the 2 o'clock position. Almost 3. You have to line yourself up with the gear and everything. Okay, about right there. Damn it. These worn out pliers are not helping. You can feel it. Need light. Hey, that works. I can actually see now. It's amazing how good things work when you actually see what you're doing. Makes it a hell of a lot easier when you can actually see what you're doing. Okay, so the key is now in the groove halfway. So all I do is push them the rest of the way. Of course, we're shoving the shaft out this side here. Okay, there it is there. See, I should use my other hand to hold the end of the shaft. Just showing you what I'm doing. See, that didn't work too good. Alright, I need my other hand. Okay, hold that over there. Shove that in. Okay, key is all the way in now. These Allen bolts in. Okay, now you want to center the pump up a little bit. So basically you're feeling for the back and forth movement of the pump. Right here. Kind of guess about where the middle is. Tighten it up right there. That's not vertical with this either. You'd think it would be straight with the case, but in this case it's not. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. Okay, now it's ready for the, you can put a pump cover on there, but not yet because I don't have the key in there. I mean the snap ring in there. Okay, we have to hold the snap ring. We have to hold the end of the shaft with your finger here, and then put the snap ring over on this side here. But you want to rotate this 180 from that edge because you don't want the snap ring groove anywhere near that area. Because the key can come right out the snap ring right here. Okay, we use our little 90-degree pliers. Don't usually use these ones, so let's see how they work. Now, very important is you cannot overbend this. If this is not tight on the shaft, you can't use it. Now my guess is that shaft's probably just as screwed up as the other side. So I'm going to pre-bend this snap ring. Basically known as butchering it. The problem is when you do that, they like to snap off right here because it's real thin. I'm going to bend it a little bit. See, it's a little bit smaller now. Go on the other side. Give it a little bit of a tension. I brought that side down. Okay, now I'm going to bend it right here in the middle like I did on the other one. Okay, so now we're definitely moved it way down. Okay, now we got to try to get the snap ring. Now there's a sharp edge and a dull edge. Sharp edge goes out because that's what digs into the part better. That'd be this way. Okay, now I want to try to get this thing into the holes without impaling myself. Okay, so now I got it where I can put it on. Okay, now I got to try to put that on with the least amount of extension as possible. No more overdoing it than you absolutely have to get it on. On there about halfway. Yep, tried to shove it on, it won't do it. Shaft has a false groove on it. So see how it's already extended or back to where our starting point is. I had that thing extended pretty far. If it's loose after you get it on there, you get to take it back off and do it again. And I think this one's going to be loose whenever I get it to go on. Okay, it's on there right now. I got to where it just got onto the edge. Now I got to shove it on the screwdriver the rest of the way. You have to hold your finger on the other side so it doesn't slip off on you. You got to hold the shaft too, so I got to hold the shaft. I can't hold it both sides. Here things kind of popping a little bit as I go on. There, it just popped in. It's definitely not real tight, but it's got tension on it so it's not rotating. Yep. So when I bent to that triangle shape, that made it tight. So you can see it's on there all the way. You see how it doesn't rotate freely, but it will slide. It does slide. There is tension on it. So that's what you want to see. If it's loose, the key can go across and it can come out right out that slot. I've had it happen on one of my bikes, so it does happen. Even when I do it, does it. That's why you make sure they're tight. You don't pay attention, shit happens. Okay, once that's on, we can go ahead and put this cover on over here. Make sure you put the 4 Allen washers on here. There's a big slot over here you got to go across. So the Allen bolt doesn't quite do it. You get all the screws in there first before you touch your gasket surfaces. Okay, this one here we lost the little washer. So what happened to it? Oh, that's the old bolt. See, this is his old bolt. This is the Ultima bolt. See, just between a Harley pump and the Ultima pump. Bolts are longer. Don't mix them. Okay, get these all started. What I do, I kind of center the cover up on the body so it looks pretty. Seems pretty loose, it can slide all over the place. Okay, so now it looks like it's relatively smooth, the cover, top here, here, and the sides. It's not too uneven. Okay, now these have to get torqued down. They're not torqued yet. Okay, right now we can move the pump. That's a good sign. These are tight, but they're not real tight. So that's pretty free, actually. That means there's probably a lot of gap in the gear, which means it'll blow a lot of oil pressure. If it was really close, it'd have some drag to it. Okay, now we'll go ahead and torque these down a little bit. You can either use an L wrench or you can use a driver. You cannot torque with a ball though, because the ball will spin. There's no side load on the ball. A regular Allen, see, it's flat, so it's got some area to push against. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Just give them a little bit of torque initially. Pulling the slack a little bit. Okay. Put over here, I put some more torque on something. You can feel it. There's tight. 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 There's a 1 o'clock choo-choo. It's only 12:10 though. Alright, those are nice and snug now. Okay, get a little bit of oil on the back side of the pump. I got to wipe off so we don't think there's an oil leak there. See the oil leak? That's the residue while we were putting all that in there. The oil dripped down into there. So we'll wipe that off. You know, I think there's an oil leak already. We haven't even started the bike up yet. Make sure that's, yep, still turns. That's good. Okay. Knock this down a little bit. Okay. Okay, I can still move the gear with my finger here, so it's pretty slick. Okay, so that'll work. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put some oil here inside the pump. Not much, just a little bit. Make sure it goes on the side of the well there, so when you drop in the new cylinder, it's got oil on it. Same with the ball. When you drop it in, it'll drop into some oil. Okay, the light spring goes on the check valve, which is what the ball is. The heavy spring is a pressure relief, so it goes on the relief valve. Okay. Here's your tappet screen hole. Make sure it's all clean on the inside also. Now these go in, spring goes on like this, It goes in the hole like this, not like this. This here pushes against the, there's a hole in the bottom of the case. This here you push against it, that's what seals it. If you put it upside down, it doesn't do a damn thing. I see all kinds of dumb ways of doing stuff. Okay, we have a brand new valve sitting here. Came with the pump, extra, which is nice of them. Even though it's not part of an oil pump, they give it to you. So, it goes right there. 7/16. Not wanting to start. There it goes. You have to overcome the spring tension. If you got to force it to get the thread started, you're screwing it up. It's tight. Now it's tight. Now this one here, you can't get a straight shot on it because the fitting's in it already. So once you get it there, you put the wrench on here. Tight, tight, tight. Okay. So now the oil pump's installed all the way. So we got all the fittings in it. Boom, boom, boom. Got the tappet screen. We had these all drilled out so we can actually see some oil flow in there now. And this is all lined up so it looks good. Just our breather valve over here. And then right here the pump still works like this, so it's still free. Okay, now we got to put our keys here in the keyway. And we just put the oil pump drive gear and stuff on there. So those were up here. They gave us brand new ones when we got the crank, which is nice. These are the shovel head ones, which are the nice fat ones. Those late shovel or Evo ones are skinny little suckers. Now one bad thing is these are not going in here though. Those are going in there pretty damn tight. That's not good. Kind of late in the day to be putting these in here. I had it in there. Okay, so that's in there tight. It's in the center of the groove. I can see it, but you can't. See, it's in there in the center groove, and I got to tap it in there with a hammer, which I don't really want to do, but you know, I might be able to get channel locks in here right now at this angle. We'll try. I don't like beating on a crank after it's true, because it can knock it out, but on mine it won't. Too damn tight. Okay, so I'm going to try this to tighten up with this. If I can get this in here. There we go, at this angle I can get in there like this. And it's tight. Well, that's definitely a tight groove. Okay, where is my gear? So here's an oil pump drive gear. Part actually looks clean. Amazing. Okay, this is a 6-tooth gear. And the way you know how many teeth it is, you just count how many you can see from the side. Count all the way around 6. The early one's 5. You want a 6. Okay, we got to make sure this will slide over. See how this is beveled here? This is straight cut. Straight cut goes out. Straight cut. Beveled here goes to the inside because the crank is beveled on it, so they have to match each other. You can see what I was doing with the pliers, I guess. And I had it in there like this. Squeeze none over here. Okay, let's see if this will go on there. I don't think it will. Not even close. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to tap on with my hammer a little bit, which I do not want to do. Okay, so we're going to use the punch and the hammer. Crank is not going to be happy about this at all. I gotta try to hold it with my arm a little bit. The right spot. Pretty solid. It's way too high. There's no way this gear is going to go on like that. I know better. I should have checked that before I did that. Before I put the crank in the motor. I've had these issues before. The key is sitting up so damn high in the air, there's no way you can put a gear on it. So see how high it is right there? So the gear is not very high. So I'm going to shove it in there. See, the key is almost up the top of the gear here face, which is, it's not even cut. See how it's not even cut anywhere near the top of it. So it's about 32nd of an inch too tall. So that means the key is no good. They didn't cut the shaft right. Key's made wrong. Something's wrong. All right. To get it out, we use a pair of dikes. Grab a hold of it and rotate it up. I mean, it's in there so stinking tight, that don't even want to come out. There it goes. Okay, pulled out. So is it the key that's made wrong? Or is it the keyway? I'm going to guess the keyway is the problem. Okay, I'm going to find me a new key. Get our selection of keys here. These are made correctly because I've used them before. And I can already see they're made differently with a shocker. Where's the key at? Yeah, actually they're pretty, they look the same. There's a little bit of flat on the bottom. That one has a little bit of flat on the bottom too, but it looks like this one's taller than this one though. That'd be my guess. So I'm going to measure them. See the difference. Let's see what we got to go with. Okay, first one is the one that came out. Okay, that's 93.5 thou up there. That's a bad spot. 91.5. And the overall height is 188, 3/16. Okay, this one here is 91, 90.5, half a thou smaller. And same height, 187. You know, 188, close enough. Okay, so the keys are made pretty much the same way. So we need to get in the shaft deeper. $156, $165, $154. Okay, it's 154 deep. So how deep is it supposed to be? That's what we don't know. One way to find out, measure another shaft. Here's a brand new gem shaft, 81 to 86, which is next version newer than this one, but they're same basic thing. Oh, that's right, this has that stupid small key, so I have to have a shovel head shaft. I bet you Jim's is making them all the same now. I gotta find something really old and barbaric to use. Let's see, I think even this Dixie shaft is, yeah, even they got the small key. Alright, well, whatever, doesn't matter, it's not working. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, it just doesn't work. The fix is we're going to go grind the key. We're about 30 thou too damn tall, as far as I can tell. So I'm going to take 30 thou off the thing. So it's 188 tall, we need to get down to about 160. And even then I'm not sure if that'd be enough. So we're going to take a pair of vice grips, we're going to hold up the vice grip, I'm going to grind that thing flat until it works. That's what we'll do. I'll be back.